everyone, today's video is going to be an update on my weekly product pan. So every single week I randomly draw a single item from my makeup collection, use it for the week, and then talk about it with y'all. So last week I drew something from my Too Faced Clover palette. This is a really cool palette. I got it when it came out. And I want to say when it came out they gave $250,000 to an animal shelter charity, or maybe it was a couple of animal shelter charities, so I was obviously here for that. If you don't know, okay, Kanga is right here, my little child. Oh, somebody's getting jealous. Oh no, he went to see his papa instead. Clover is the dog. There he is. Oh yeah, he had to get a toy. The dog of Jared, who is like one of the owners, or Jared and his partner his husband own Too Faced, and their dog is named Clover, so that's where they got this idea. And so I actually drew the color Love is Love right here, which is what I have in my crease today. I'm sorry, y'all, Kanga is so needy. I just got back from a conference, so I've been gone for a couple of days, and you know, it's the worst thing in the world for Kanga. But I really enjoyed pulling this palette because, like I said, I went to a conference and I brought only this, and I used this a lot. And I had a fun time kind of incorporating these shades, not just on my eyes. So I used this shade, I Rough You, as my highlighter. It's my highlighter today, actually. Though I do have a cream Kanga, stop. I do have a cream highlighter on under it. It's a little glittery for me for what I usually like as a highlighter, but I use that. I use this shade Paw Print as a contour. It reminded me a lot of this shade Lost Soul from my Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean contour, or cheek palette that I loved a lot. I used the shade Love is Love as a blush. I used Cuddle Buddy in my brows. I don't have it in my brows today because I left my eyebrow brush is what I meant to say, here for while I was at my conference, so I don't have it. But it was a little pinky for me for my brows, but I made it work. But yeah, I think I used, thank you, Kingu, thank you so much. I think I used every shade in this palette except for Spoiled and what is this one? Good Boy. So this blue and this yellow I didn't use, but I used everything else. I did great looks. I really liked it. I had compliments on my eye look. Everything was good, and I really, like I said, I had a fun time playing with it and just kind of reminding myself. You know, I say a lot in my project pan videos, I don't like to kind of multi-use items just because I have so much. You know, when you have like 8 bronzers, it's kind of, I have more than that, let's be honest, I don't remember how many I have, but it's kind of, in my opinion, I don't want to like just use my eyeshadows, but I was kind of exploring that this week and I had a good time with it. You know, and it's also a good reminder, like if you are looking at like it from a conservation or a reduced packaging standpoint, you know, if you're like, oh, I'm out of highlighter, I need to go buy a highlighter, well, just before you do that and, you know, increase your consumption, look at your eyeshadows. Do you have something that might work? So yeah, I think overall this palette, I mean, there's no significant dents in it. I mean, this shade, Lucky Clover, has a little bit of a dent, but there's not really any dents in this. You can see this one got a little beat up while I was away. But it's definitely been well used, and I feel like I got a ton of use out of it this week. I will say, this has happened, I have 3 of these like metal palettes from Too Faced, no, 4, and they all get like misaligned. Like my peach palette, if you look at it, it's like warped, and it just lives in my makeup collection most of the time. Like this palette is warped as well, and to close it all the way, it's like now over where it's supposed to be. I don't know. So I will say that just about the packaging of this palette. But I used it all week. I had a good time with it. So it was exciting. So now I'm going to go ahead and draw a new item. And I have 1,259 items on my list. I know I need to paint my nails. I just, you know, there's nothing really to say about it except for, yes, I need to paint them. So number 6, we're going all the way to the top of the list. Number 6 is from my Kat Von D Esperanza palette. So this is exciting because this palette I'm actually panning. Well, I'm painting a shade in this palette. So it's exciting to have drawn another shade in it. So I know that this week I'll be, you know, really focusing on using this palette. I won't be able to use this as much as I did last week as far as incorporating all the different looks. But I drew the shade Archangel, which is this really pretty like light green. It's a matte, but it's got some silver glitter in it. Right there. I am panning the shade Dog Roses, which I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty close to hitting pan on it. I think, I'm trying to compare Dog Roses and South. Maybe not super close. But it'd be cool if I could hit pan on it this week, but I'll be using that Archangel shade every day. Using the other shades, the remaining 6 shades in this palette as well, playing with it. And I'll let you know how I feel about it. So that's exciting. I'm always excited to draw on something I haven't used in a while. And that's why I do this project. Sorry, Kanga. She's a humping dog. I know that's kind of, it's not the best, but it's what she does. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, or comments, go ahead and leave those down below. And I'll just see you all real soon. Bye.